the build. So you were talking about the potions or stuff?
Yeah, so you should have left the base with 150 gold, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, for some characters, that's okay because you want to rush into things. For Sobek, it's really all about sustainability. So make sure you spend your money, and you shouldn't need mana potions. You really should go for multi-pots.
Okay.
Because by level 5, if you're out of multi-pots, you'll have your ultimate, and then you have teleport. Like, you have like an infinite way to do this. And if you need to sell those 3 extra pots, you had have lost 51 gold total. So it's really not that big of a deal. If you need them, however, and you don't have them, you're going to lose hundreds.
Okay.
Shoutcast coaching, real quick, there's no such thing as shoutcasting. Shoutcast is a program. You are a commentator or a caster if you'd like, and it costs $50 an hour or $80 for 2 hours. It is expensive. If we do it on stream, I'll take $10 off the top, so you can get $70 for 2 hours.
I always notice when I play Sobek in the solo lane, though, that I run out of mana a lot. Is that
Don't.
just
You shouldn't be running out of
mana. Okay.
Coming through.
So you started with your 3 or your 2?
2.
Why?
Because I just assumed because it does more damage to the camp.
Right. It actually does less damage to the camp overall. Well, not less damage. It does more damage, but it does less DPS. There is a stark difference between those things. Remember, while the number is, I think, 10 higher, you're also taking a longer time to clear the camp because you're moving them around in a way that makes it hard for your jungler to hit them. So it's actually better to start with your 3.
Okay.
Be careful now. Hercules level 2 is a very scary beast. Now, I'm going to have an advantage here because I'm going to get these elementals no matter what.
I was planning on not going to fight that.
Yeah, you can't fight it. You can't. Yeah. It takes you way too long to get to that position. It's also going to be hard for you to do anything here because my wave clear is much more significant at this level, and there's not really much you can do about it. Dealing damage to me is decent, but remember, I do have 8 potions and a heal in my kit. I'm not terribly afraid of you. So your goal is when the creeps start meeting up, you need to start fighting me and hope that I can't kill the creeps fast enough. You got to use that Mark of the Vanguard to ensure that I can't deal enough damage to you or the creep wave, just by offsetting me and displacing me. Like right here, you don't want me to go. And good, right? I didn't get my 2 off. You almost had that as well, and then watch yourself. Don't stand in the creep wave. Now I'm going to go for the body block. You're going to take some damage, and with your 1 down, I know that I can do anything I want to you without fear, which causes you to back up and lose experience and gold. Well, not experience, but just gold. Now remember, your 3 is also a healing reduction. It's going to affect my potions as well. So hitting me with that, just stopping it for a few seconds can be very helpful. But now my clear is really, really strong, and you're going to have a hard time with this. So my team's up 2-0. Notably, 1 kill in the mid lane with Soul. Was that Soul? Oh, 2 kills up. This is not going to go well for you. I can freely rotate into the jungle now. If you see me rotate in that way and you don't see my mid laner, assume that I'm going for back camps.
Like my back camps? Oh, okay.
Now I'm getting chased. Your mid laner's not that much of a threat to me. Now you could have either pushed the wave or tried to fight me, and you're going to have 3 people fighting me. Good.
I'm on a roll. Coming through.
But I'm Hercules, and I don't give a shit about what you do.
Oh, damn. Okay. I tried to do the healing reduction thing, but I guess that didn't work very well.
Well, the healing reduction is not going to help as much. My goal was to put you in a position where you were going to be fighting in a small corridor so that I could throw my rock and it would just do ridiculous amounts of damage, which it did. I knew what you wanted to do, and I acted before you could do it. And that's kind of like what I'm trying to show you, because in the solo lane, that's entirely what this is about, is preemptively dictating what your opponent's going to do. And I mean dictating. I don't mean just predicting. I want to dictate what you do. I want to force you to make decisions. And so far, you've done that to me once, right? When I walked up to pull the wave with my 2, you hit me with tail whip and dictated that if I was going to do that, I was going to have to put myself back in the creep wave while you were able to clear my wave a little bit more safely. Now, granted, Hercules doesn't really give a shit about anything because his wave clear is ridiculous because Driving Strike does way too much fucking damage because at the end of the day, the balanced team doesn't care about numbers. They just fucking don't. So I mean, for instance, this says 365 plus 53 right now. Like, well, I mean, once I level up to 9. And it's also a 1.4 second stun. It's nonsense. It's a nonsense move. So it's going to be hard for you to deal with, and I'm always going to go right for you. You can fling me all you want. If I take a shot from the tower, I'll be okay with it. So now, once again, since you're stuck underneath that tower, I can walk over and do other things. What time? Like, noting the time on the camps is very important as well. At this time, where do you think I went?
I would assume you went fire elementals and then mana.
Okay, so you didn't get the fire elemental timer. Remember, in the beginning of the game, we're going to be doing speed blue, right? By the time the blue is done, we're actually going to be going to lane, right? So usually you're finishing the blue at some time between 29 and 31 seconds. In this sense, we finished it a little bit later, and when we came to lane, you probably wouldn't have been able to see that because you were late as well. But at that point, yes, I could have been going for that. But for as long as it took me to get back, you probably should have noted that we went to go take the mid camps.
Okay.
Coming through.
Timers in this game, I think, are more important than almost any other game that I've ever played. Except for counter jungle timers in like League of Legends, which I think are probably more important. It's very difficult. Now, do you have wards down on your side?
No, I don't. I haven't backed yet.
Okay.
Well, I backed once, but because I died.
My Wheelish rotated through. If she had come in, there was a chance for a kill, but...
An enemy has been slain. Awesome.
All right, so right here, you don't want me to back. I'll just stop, right? The reason you don't want me to back is look at my health and mana, right? You're taking a lot of damage. By the way, you should start backing up, because if I don't back and I pull you, like right here, yeah, I'm not going to let you do that. I would have just knocked you into my creeps, and if you had used your dash like that, you would have died. But I don't have any health or mana that's really worrisome to you. You have your ultimate, right? Ult now. So now I can't clear my wave. I have to driving strike out, so I can't clear. And now you get a free clear on the wave, plus a whole fuck ton of your mana back. So now with your health and your mana, you have lane control. And unless my jungler rotates over, which you can't be sure of because you don't have your, what's it called?
There are some wards in the looking at mid lane, but
Okay.
none past the fire giant buff.
Right, no, yeah, when you're not tracking her, I would assume. Alright, so now you have health and mana. I'm not in a great position.
Out of the way.
This is
Show me
bad.
what you got. Heads up. Your middle tower is under attack. An enemy has been slain.
So again, I read what you wanted to do, and I used CC immunity to cancel it. When that started, your best bet was immediately just to hit me with the 2, and then have her pull. Did you start with the 2?
Cancel that.
I don't remember.
Yeah, same, actually. But that's your goal, is you start with the 2, you do as much damage as you can with that while knocking me up to have her flip me, and then as soon as I hit the ground, you want to hit me with the Sickening Strike to stop me from healing, and then just anything that you can do for auto attacks and damage and let her try to kill me. Because you went for that 1 in such a place where it was kind of obvious to me, I was able to counter it by throwing the rock.
An ally has been slain.
Tougher than
An ally
Lionhide.
has been slain.
And don't worry about winning or losing this game. It's not really what this is about. It's about solo lane pressure. Now, I'm level 11, you're level 8, right? What are you going to do here?
Not try to fight you.
Please.
Well, you're still Sobek. I mean, it's still very hard for me to do enough damage to kill you. Plus, you have a heal in your kit. You have mana regeneration. You can still go toe-to-toe with me. Your ult should be coming back up in, like, less than 10 seconds, yeah?
Yeah, it's already up.
Oh, good. So you can still pressure me. What I would want to do here is use as much mana on this fight as you can. So use everything while I'm trying to clear the wave. That's a shame.
Out of the way.
Hit you. I'm going to block you. Do some damage. Okay, if you need to clear the wave this way, I probably would have saved it until the next run. I'm going to try to walk away. I'll take 200. So I'm still in the lead, and now you've lost kind of control because you used your ult there. You should have... I think I wasn't clear. I kind of meant to say that you should have used everything except for your ult in that wave. So next wave, you could have ulted and got all your mana back.
Okay. I
Increasing
saw
your
a
sustain.
Kibo and an Awilix in the jungle, so I
Oh,
wanted-
okay. That's not a bad idea then.
Coming through.
Yeah, Awilix is still there, and Kibo's close by.
Well, you've lost your blue buff again,
Yeah.
which is not that big of a deal. Remember, you are a guardian,
Highlights ready
so
to
you don't
go.
need a ton of experience. Thank you for the donation. Voodoo Chili, thank you for the sub. And Princess Curry, thank you for the sub as well. All right, so you're right here to back up because there's nothing you can do to stop me. Your goal, since you have teleport now, you're going to want to clear that back and then try to get back without using your teleport, and you need to have your team call for Gold Fury. Like, you have to make some kind of crazy push because you guys are down by 5,000 gold, and you have to make something happen. You took a little bit too long. You probably should have just let them in. I'm not going to let you do that for free. And you're going to waste a lot of time.
Sure. I still have to back though, right?
Yes, you have to back.
I wouldn't be able to. I have no mana.
But I'm not going to let you. Part of solo lane is, again, making people do things they don't want to do. I knew that you were going to run backward in that line.
On my way.
And I can continuously keep you here while having my creeps do a lot of damage to your tower.
Triple kill!
Attack the Gold Fury.
Yeah, I'm gonna lose my tower.
Somewhere?
Oh, yeah, your tower's gone.
Yeah,
The correct course of action there was for you to just, like, fuck off into the sunset, right? Like, just get the hell away from me completely. Go to your tier 2, back, and then teleport back in before the tower goes down. Because my team is winning, I know that I could be aggressive here because even if 2 people rotate over to stop me from taking your tower, that means I get a free Gold Fury. By asserting my dominance in the solo lane, I actually wind up putting pressure on every other lane in the game.
Okay.
Now you see me, you know what I want. I know where she is. I know what she wants. I'm going to stand here and make it known. I have a lot of mana, so I could just continuously get 220 health back until your mid laner rotates over. If your mid laner rotates over, I'm going to kill you.
Ultimate is down. Heads up!
That was a good flip. I'm in trouble. Oh, I was going to driving strike. So good. You use your ultimate to slow me. You put me in a bad spot. You probably should have let it go for a little while longer. You doing that early says to me that you weren't keeping track of my timers, and that's a big deal. You know, when you attack me, I want to know how long it's going to be before you can attack me again. And when you're Sobek, I have to worry about, 3 things. If you can stop me from healing, if you could displace me, or, with your 1, or if you could knock me back with your 2. Once I know I can control those 3 things, you don't really pose as much of a threat to me.
Okay. Yeah, because his auto attacks are pretty terrible.
Yeah, Sobek has terrible, terrible autos. So now you have a new thing to worry about.
Follow me. Set up an ambush here.
I am Hercules. I'm level, past level 12, so I'm going to pick up another, another relic. Now, there's already a meditation on my team, which you can see Kumbhakarna has, so we don't really want to with this team, considering I'm already healing, and that just encourages so much anti-healing that it would hurt us very badly. So what do you think I picked up instead?
Probably either Shell or Sanctuary.
Shell is correct. It would never be Sanctuary. It would be Shell or Beats.
Okay.
Or Frenzy, I guess, but Shell is correct. I mean, if you think about how long it took you guys to kill me, imagine if I had Shell going that whole time. And plus, I had 2,500 gold, so I bought a full breastplate, which means more cooldowns. So now you have to change your strategy the next time you fight me again.
Yeah, so I always try to pick up an Urchin after I get boots. Is that correct?
In this case, no. In this case,
No?
you would need at least 4 stacks to make that monetarily functional. And in this case, the odds of you getting 4 stacks with 6 kills on the board at 13 minutes versus 18 is unlikely. You're kind of entering surrender territory, so you would want more cost-efficient items that give you more cooldown reduction so you can displace more. Something like Spirit Robe would have been good. Breastplate of Valor was the correct answer.
Okay.
Because Height of the Urchin's giving you defense against Habwa, which is nice, but he's 2-8 compared to 11-13 Awelish, who's level 16 running around the map like a madman. Plus, you're already fighting physical as well, so you're kind of doubling up in that regard. And it's also cheaper and gives you extra. Remember, it's not only a defensive item, it's giving you extra offensive ability as well, considering it's giving you more knockbacks, more flings, and more heals to keep yourself in the fight.
Okay. So if I was in more of a, like if I was doing better, would I get an Urchin? Because
Yes.
yeah? Okay.
So where are you right now?
So I'm trying to help out with this fight.
Oh, hey, I didn't notice you were there. All right, so that was good. Good flip. You're gonna get a kill there. But this is trouble. I just got CC'd forever.
Show me what you got. An enemy has been slain.
There was nothing for her to do there. You were right to back off. She shouldn't have went in.
Going somewhere?
So is your teleport down?
No.
Teleporting to the tier 2 is probably a good idea here. Putting some pressure, because otherwise, like, we're gonna take this for free. You got to be able to displace us, move us around, force us to take damage that we don't want to. You got to start running. Tower's almost dead. How did she get you?
I have no idea.
She knocked up the soul.
Yeah. So I should have backed out like earlier there.
A little bit. Once you see the tower like under half and your team not really getting anything done, you got to start running.
Okay.
Like old times. Don't be scared.
All right, so what do we do here?
What do you guys do? Probably take Gold Fury.
Yes, correct. We've already killed 3 of you. The odds of you being able to steal this from us with a level 18 Awelish on the board and a Habwa is very, very unlikely.
Coming through.
And we have a ward covering it, so you're going to lose that gold. So at this point, this is pretty much GG, right? I mean, like, if this was a rank game, you're going to be surrendering. But we're going to try to play this out as best we can.
I don't know. I guess this is an uncommon opinion I found. I tend to just never surrender in games.
Yeah, that's stupid. Don't do
Is
that.
it?
Yeah, that's a shitty Dota mentality because there's no surrender in the game.
Yeah, I just got used to that, so I decided that it was. I don't know.
In this situation, it's really beneficial to practice, like playing from behind, but only when you have a team. Like only when you're a team of like 4 or 5 in comms who can communicate, you know, strengths and weaknesses of the team and how to bring it back. Like Cloud9 would want to practice this scenario. But you in a ranked game, all you're going to do is go on tilt. And then it's going to make it harder for your next game to practice the early game. It's going to be very difficult, in fact, because you're just going to be annoyed from the last game. Even in like professional tournaments, you'll see, you know, Mewtwo King. If you watch Smash Brothers, he'll be on his last stock and he'll just LRA start and get the hell out because he doesn't want to get into a bad mindset. Keeping your mind fresh when you're practicing is probably the most important thing that you can do. I'm not saying surrender if you're down by 2,000, but if you're down 3K and that doesn't seem like that big of a deal, but you look at the levels and you notice that you're down by, you know, 12 levels as a team, you should probably give it up. Like right now, you guys are down, let's see, 5, 8, let's see, 11. Who's the mid? Okay, so it's 16, and then who's your jungler? So you're down 22 levels. That is not possible to make a comeback.
Yeah.
The only way you make a comeback is if my team doesn't push. All I have to do, though, is say, attack left lane. I go tank the tower, as I'm supposed to. Have you ever been in a game and the servers are about to go down?
Yeah, yeah.
And everyone starts playing super aggressive? And even though they shouldn't be able to push into your Phoenix, they do and they take it. That's because that's how the game should be played. Yeah, there's not really much you can do in this situation. We're literally too far ahead for you to hurt us.
Definitely hurting Hebo, but that's because he's a Hebo.
Yeah.
Coming through.
Oh boy.
An enemy has been slain.
That's a shame. Oh, I almost stepped in front of it. Now, I don't have to worry about you pulling me because you didn't buy enough cooldown reduction.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Godlike.
Jesus.
Show me what
Get away, Alex.
coming through. Going somewhere? An ally has been slain. Double kill. Shut down.
All right, so we didn't win the game, but we're so far ahead that this wipe doesn't really mean anything to us.
Scared. Out of the way. Heads up.
Just picking up a bulwark after I got my breastplate. Like, is that a good idea?
That's not a bad idea.
Okay.
Bulwark is very strong.
I should totally get this kill. Okay, good. I was a little worried there for a second.
If I had med, I would have lived, but it's okay. But do you know why what I did was so important just now?
You distracted for a long time
It's
because
like
you're thinking.
45 seconds.
Yeah.
They chased me around. They got 2 waves of my fire minions, yes, which helps the Phoenix respawn. But they didn't get Fire Giant, which you might have been able to if you didn't chase me. You didn't get a mid tower or left tower. You were unable to pick up any objective or any major amount of gold worth or a strategic value around the map except for taking me off it for 20 seconds. From here at least. 40, 50 seconds. The major issue we should consider, though, is that my team is so far ahead that even without having this person on the map, we still lead in levels. If you take my 18 off the map, we still lead, I think, by 1 level.
I think I don't know if we could have gotten the objective because I was dead. Was Ares dead?
Nope, Ares was alive.
Okay, never mind.
Ares, and you had a Wheelish, and you had a Neath.
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely. Okay.
But even if you guys did get that, and again, going back to risk versus reward, even if you guys did get that, you would have been in a situation where you had a thing worth 4,000 or 5,000 gold, the Fire Giant, and we would still have been up in terms of overall cost by 11. Alright, so you lost 2 people against 3 here. Level 15, there's really not much Sobek brings to the table.
Yeah.
You do have 5 stacks, though, which is good, which means you're farming, but there goes another one. You're going to lose a tower. Now, what do you think the biggest mistake my team can make is here?
Not being aggressive enough and probably going in 1 by 1 into a team of 5.
The biggest mistake my team could, realistically do is go for Fire Giant.
Yeah. Oh, because you guys are low and we're kind of low.
Well, even before we were low, there's no reason for us to get it because we're already so far ahead.
Follow my lead. Out of the way. An enemy has been slain. Show me what you got. Attack the Titan.
So I'm calling Attack the Titan here.
Don't be scared.
Shit. Okay, I still got her.
Well, my team didn't do enough damage, and we're all pretty low, so... That's no good.
Your team has destroyed a left.
We lost Phoenix still.
Your right tower is under attack. Show me what you got. On my way.
Well, Wheelix should be going for that Hebo, right? Instead of the
No, she
Roma?
should have went for me.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, you're still there.
For once, I'm not looking too hot. Don't be scared.
So now I'm going to continue doing what I was doing before, and that's I'm going to sit here, and I'm going to make you hate yourselves.
Attack Fire Giant.
Now is not a bad time to go for Fire Giant. Why has that changed?
Because I'm dead, and we're trying to hold both Phoenixes, and one of them is opposite of the Fire Giant.
Correct, exactly. You have a very long route to be able to get there. It makes things very awkward for you. If you do decide to defend it, we could hold you there long enough for our minions to even win the game.
True.
That's upsetting. Oh, no, I thought we lost the Fire Giant. I'm just trying to distract you guys at this point. Okay, I'm dead, but my team picked up FG. We have 2 Phoenixes down. I'm not worried, really, and I have teleport, so when I do get up, if it takes us that long.
Build that Evo. Oh no. I'm way too far up.
I like that. I like what you did, though. The fact that you got him low and then started backing off. Bait around the corner. Try to go for something else. All right, looks like he's backing. So you should be able to get away, but here comes the Wheeler. There's no running from her.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, considering you were down 12k going into that fight versus a Fire Giant team, I think you did that pretty well. The issue is that your team didn't do any damage. You had 2 Guardians. You were right to be the frontliner. The solo laner should generally be the frontliner. And you controlled the fight really well. It's just, obviously, we have a lot more damage than you. So going into that, it was kind of an expected loss. But I think that you held that really well. Did you have any questions about that fight?
Yeah, so like the Hebo, I flung him to try to turn, like, should I just have not flung him and use my 2 instead?
Yes,
because
flinging is generally a bad idea.
Yeah, because he got away because of that.
Yeah, the only time you ever really want to use Sobek's 1 is to confirm a kill, to stop a cast, or to bring someone into a position where you would want him. When you fling, you're not catching him again. Especially his Habwa. He's going to have Atlas of the Yellow River. You're never going to catch him.
Show me what you got. Heads up. Double hit you now. An enemy has been slain.
All right, so you got two Phoenixes down. One's coming up here, but there's no way for you to defend it and this. Oh, jeez. Okay, so that's GG.
Coming through.
I was late on that.
Your team has destroyed a middle enemy.
So at the end there, you also made a pretty big mistake by staying in the fountain as long as you did. Very similar to how people in Overwatch will not go on the point because they think they're going to die. Sometimes half a health bar is all you need. A quarter of a health bar is all you need. It's much better to sacrifice yourself. You should always be dead before the Titan.
Okay.
Unless, like, they just choose to ignore you, but you should always be in the fray when the Titan dies. If you're ever in the fountain or, like, walking away from the fountain, it's generally seen as a misplay.
Alright. Alright, well, I guess that was good.
Any questions?
So if I'm playing Sobek against any sort of, like, warrior, or, because I guess that's what's common in the solo lane, should I be the aggressor because of how tanky I am? Or
In the beginning, yes. Level 2 to level 4, you want to be very, very aggressive. It's very hard against Hercules, though. It's very difficult because I'm going to sit there, I'm going to clear very quickly, and that's Sobek's weakness.
Okay. And, like, I never know when to rotate. I tend to stay in lane for too long.
I mean, that should always be, like, just always, if you have the chance to get out of lane, do it.
Okay.
Normally, when I do custom games, I don't really do things like that. I tend to kind of, like, hang out and just play the 1v1 because I think that's fun to me. But in this sense, you should have been just, like, out there going, like, ASAP.
Okay.
Granted, I didn't really give you that chance.
Yeah. Alright. Cool. I guess I learned a good bit.
Cool.
So, thanks. That was fun.
All right, well, thanks for joining me.
All right. See ya.